What up, guys? The new Milk has dropped, so it's time to get on with her showcase. Actually, before I go into that here, let me show you guys something funny. I was logging on to do my dailies, and the tab for the mileage shop is so large. Look at this, because of the reruns. Dude, this looks so goofy. Anywho, doesn't matter. The only real nuance I was thinking with Milk is her manual play. Let me show you guys why I think that right quick. So it's her skill 1. It's... God dang it. Give me... Here we go. So right here, she gains Pierce, and then this is the interesting part. If she's in full charge for 0.5 seconds or more, she'll get into this embarrassment state. We'll dump all of her ammo and do this like distributed attack thingy, and she'll get immunity to that with her burst. But I wonder if there's like some nuance to manual playing with her, and it's going to be like important or something. Granted, you want a full charge because it gives her Pierce, but it's going to be a bit wonky, but we'll see. Let me hop in before I start yapping. This is the team we'll do. I think I'll do some couple of teams, and we'll see how this works. We'll see. Now, someone in my comments in the aid video said it was interesting that I was talking about Mary, because the streets were saying that Mary is a bit worse than the new aid, and I was like, interesting. So I was a bit confused on that, so I decided to do some lurking around, and I guess what's it called? Fridwin managed to do their like review or whatnot, so I managed to check that out. By the way, I don't know, dude. I think Milk. Oh my goodness, the gap moe from Milk. I think I might like that more. I'm not gonna lie. Anywho, fuck, I lost my train of thought because I saw Milk. Oh yeah. Mary versus Aid. So the weird part is I still feel like Mary is really nice. Her burst, that's kind of like a screen wipe, is really valuable for like the minions. If there's like missiles coming at you or something that the boss shoots out that you can destroy, that thing's pretty useful to have against bosses like that. However, the only thing that I did see that I actually do agree is if they're going to be stingy, Mary has a core damage. You have to hit the core for the people to get the Pierce support, and she also gives more support if they have a shield. So the only weird thing is if the bosses don't have a shield, then I guess Aid is a bit more consistent. In that case, her support is going to be active more of the time. And also the only real way that Aid support, the Pierce support that isn't active, is if they're not in like the effective range or whatever, which I don't think should be that big of a deal. And also the fact that, you know, Mary's limited, so Aid is really nice to have if you don't have Madi, because she's limited, and for the most part you'll be able to get a lot of value out of that. Ooh, I mean, she did pretty good damage. Anyways, you'll be able to get a lot of value out of that because obviously once Madi goes away, you're not going to be able to get her anymore. However, the new aid, you can obviously just wish list that, and you should be fine. So I definitely see where they're coming from. And honestly, if you're going to take the consistency into the account, then I do think aid probably is a bit better. I'm going to do some interesting stuff. I'm going to do some runs with like this. Where's Madi? I'm going to probably do like this. They're just the same thing except replace her with aid. But we'll see. Okay, so right there, I don't think the thing activated, so I have to hold the charge for a little bit. Here's the thing. I'm gonna do some regular stuff, and then kind of like how we did the run before, and then I'm gonna do a distributed damage team, and I'm gonna see if I can manual play and just honestly only dump the magazine with the embarrassment thing. Let me turn off auto, and then let's see how this works. So I'm just gonna hold it. Oh, okay. I see. Can I just keep doing that? Oh no, there is a cooldown. So actually, hold up. Does it tell me the cooldown? Dang it, it did let go though. Okay, so ammo dumped right there, and it gave the distributed damage, but it's not saying if it's on cooldown. I guess you just can't do it back to back, correct? Let's see, overconfident, blah 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 blah. Gains immunity. I guess she... No, did I burst right there? No. Even before, it wasn't working. Okay, so I'm curious to see if it's the... What's it called? You want to, like, cycle through it. Okay, does she get rid of embarrassment? Or not embarrassment, what is it called? The overconfident, is the thing that gives her the immunity. It doesn't look like she has it. So I'm going to try to reload, and then I'm going to see if I can ammo dump it all. There we go. Okay, so this is very interesting. But it looks like I can't do it back to back. So let me... Whoops. I'm going to lose some damage, unfortunately, because I am trying to aim. Okay, let's see if I can dump it right quick. Go, 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 go. No, I guess you can only do it once in the rotation. Okay. Okay, so maybe the move is I do auto, and then her embarrassment runs out, and then I hit it. The thing is, though, does it reset on someone else's burst? Okay, hold up. Okay, she bursted. Okay, I'm gonna reload, and I'm gonna see if I can ammo dump here. Yeah, okay, the ammo's been dumped. And then I can't do that back to back. The problem is she's just gonna burst again, so I'm not gonna be able to do it, I believe. Oh wait, no! Let me do it. Okay, I feel like even without that, she did relatively okay damage. No, am I wrong? This is with type advantage though, so I'm more interested on how the manual play fares right here. She did more damage because she had type advantage as well. But I feel like she did better. Let's see. Let me think. What am I gonna do? Whatever. I'm gonna do... Here's the game plan. We're gonna do some Madi shenanigans and see how this works. Fuck, I didn't really pay attention how hard she hit. I think she did around 200-ish. 220? I think that was her last one with type advantage, 220. Yeah, anyways, I feel like I did say all I had to with the Aid and Madi. The only thing is, though, very interesting, I didn't really take into account, but Pridwin does recommend summoning if they're really good for solo raids. Like, even if they're going to be put in the pool, which is very interesting. I feel like that it probably is a nice sentiment to have. The problem for me, though, is I don't know how that would work for most people. I feel like that's only for a certain amount of people that would actually help. Because, like, for me, I feel like even with these units, I don't know if I'm going to hit the next tier of solo raid. I think top 10% is very easy for me at this point. Because what? Last solo raid I got 5%, like barely, but I got kicked out like right before the thing was going to end. And I didn't really want to sweat too hard for it. But if I do pull these new units, like, I don't know if it's going to give me crazy solo raid standard to, like, I can get to the next tier. So I definitely get there. The only thing is, though, I didn't really take into account, but they also mentioned a lot about the Tetra Tower, which I'm not gonna lie, both of these are gonna probably be staples for the Tetra Tower. I can probably show you guys after, but my Tetra Tower is kind of very awkward. I'm still using, like, Rosanna as my burst 2. Rogue is pretty good as burst 2 for Tetra Tower, so I think I'm still using, like, Agnes as my burst 3, but I think my burst 2 is pretty lacking. But these new units for the Tetra Tower is going to be really good. I guess I didn't really take that into consideration because usually I only use Tetra Tower for, like, skin showcases, so I don't really push it too hard because I like making sure the units that I don't use often. I mean, I feel like Milk did more damage here, no? With Madi? I don't know, like, Madi's screen wipe is always so nice. The problem, though, is her consistency, right? I definitely see the argument for the consistency. And also, like, she is limited, so if you missed her, it sucks. And also, you know, you're going to be able to get aid from the wish list. So, honestly, it is probably a better thing for aid. And I'm not going to lie, even if you prefer one or the other, I think they do both serve different purposes, right? So Madi, you can always just use her on, like, the full electric team. Oh, let me try to, like, make sure I do that every once in a while. Very interesting. I'm gonna try... Okay, here's the game plan. I think I'm gonna try Aid and then the Maid Mast. I'm gonna see how that works. I'm gonna do... Yeah, I'm gonna try to just do the... By the way, this is hilarious, bro. I love this. And I thought me taking the sniper focus thing off, which I haven't talked about that, but I should put that in this video just in case. So you can turn off the sniper, like, focus thing. Where is it? I believe it's right here. Yeah, here, let me just... No, not that. This one. So when you're aiming, it'll, like, blur the screen. Is it gonna show it? Yeah, you see how it like blurs everything pretty badly? I guess it's not too bad. I thought it would blur it a bit more. I don't know if it affects my aiming too much, but anywho, you can like turn it on and off, and I believe, yeah, you see how it's not blurred at all? I think that is quite interesting. Let me see if I can dump it. By the way, I don't know if that affects like how many bullets you have. If you have 6 shots rather than 4, if that's like more substantial than if you're doing it with like the last 2 bullets. Anywho, fuck, I lost my train of thought because I was going on about Milk's visuals. No, I did that twice already. God damn it. Oh, Masked. I think I'm gonna try to do Masked next, and we'll see how that works. But very interesting. I do think maybe I should try to build the Tribe Tower to put that more into consideration with these units. I don't really do that though, because I use it for skin showcases, so it's a bit awkward. Can I do the thing here? Yeah, I can. Nice. I'm gonna really try to pay attention to that for the maid mask run. We'll see how that works. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I still prefer Mari. I think the consistency is a bit wonky though. I do think both of them will struggle from not having heal or shield. I don't know. I mean, I think she did do a bit more damage. Am I crazy? The heal and shield like really helps, especially if the solo raids are very oppressive. I don't think the solo raids have been too oppressive. I don't think Ziz was too crazy. She definitely hurt, but I don't think she was too crazy. The Kraken definitely, I would say, hurt a lot. But the last one that I think was really bad was Black Snake. I think Black Snake was a solo raid before the 2.5 Gluttony, and that dude, I think, did a fuck ton of damage. I think I remember getting my ass blasted by him, so very interesting. So, I mean, that is definitely something to keep in mind with both Aid and Mari. Granted, we could, she is burst 2, and most team comps, you definitely want to have 2 burst 2, so you just want to bring, like, another unit that has, what's it called? Like, healing. Let me see. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try on this one, and we're gonna do Masked, and then we're gonna do Aid. We're gonna just keep doing that back and forth and see how this works. I wonder how much value she's gonna get from this distributed damage, so this is very interesting to see. Anywho, yeah, I think that is it for the Aid and Amadi. I do think they serve 2 different purposes, so it's probably not the worst if you're going to try to get both. All of that into consideration. Honestly, I would probably stay still, don't summon, just because, they're going to get put into the wishlist pool. And we have a anniversary plus... Whoops, I just had a nervous switch right there. We have an anniversary plus... Well, what's it called? No, I just didn't burst with fucking mass. No, I'm trolling. Oh my god, that's so my bad. I turned on auto so that I can burst the other rotation I didn't turn off. God damn it. Anywho, we have the collab coming up, and we also have like anniversary coming up. So, and I just did it again because I'm a monkey. Oh my goodness, this is such a fumble. I should have swapped them. Actually, hold up. I am gonna do that. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna swap this so I can play on auto, and this will be easier. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Dang it. Whatever. Technical difficulties here. Here we go. See, this will be easy. Now I can just play on auto, and I won't have to worry about anything. Anywho, but yeah, I mean, I don't think you should even summon. Unless you really want to go hard with the soul raid, then I guess there is that. I should probably put that more into consideration when doing these showcases. Granted, I'm still learning, going on off the flow. I don't think I've ever been kind of the numbers guy where it's like, oh, I want to optimize the game. I don't know if it's that big of a deal, but I definitely do want to put a lot of that stuff into consideration, all things considered. So we'll see. I think I have been going not too bad. For the most part, I feel like the showcases, when I don't pull for the units and I can't use them for like bossing, are a bit more scuffed, but like, I don't know. I want to make sure I don't get like behind for like summoning when I really need to. Like if I don't have enough gems, I almost said stones. If I don't have enough gems or advanced recruits during like a big celebration or anniversary and I'm kind of just sitting there like an idiot, I think that's probably the worst case scenario. I definitely want to make sure that does not happen, so I want to be wary of that. But I feel like we're not doing too bad. Dang it, the only thing is Mast is stunning herself without anchor, which kind of sucks, but... Oh, she was on the off rotation though, that's fine. Let me... Boom. Yeah, okay, so there definitely is some tech with manual play for Milk. I don't think it's too bad though, because you can't spam it like back to back to back to back. you are gonna have to play a certain way, which I don't think should be too bad. One thing is, it's kind of weird for the timing. I don't know. I'm doing a lot of damage. Am I tripping? Wait, hold up. I'm doing a fucking What? Wait, hold up. Wait, am I doing a... Dude, I feel like I did a lot of damage there. Yeah, I feel like these bunny units are really good. Dude. Yeah, okay. I did say the bunny units looked like they were going to be good. Last year, bunny units, I think Soda was okay. The problem with shotgun teams kind of suck. I feel like Alice was pretty mid, though, but... I mean, the first wave of bunny units in Orange Block were pretty goated, right? So I do think they make these units relatively good, just like they make limited units relatively good. So, okay, I mean, she looked really nice there. Okay, these guys are very good. Especially, I would say they're definitely going to be a staple for the Tetra Tower for me. All things considered, like I said, I don't know if you should summon, because, yeah, we have stuff on the horizon, and then they can always be wish-listed. Unless you really want to, then fuck a wee ball, but let me go over her overload gear. I'm a bit interested to see if some of this will really matter. I don't know why I'm doing this. I need to sort by Tetra. There we go. Whoopsies. Oh my god, I even still have to scroll down. No, I clicked the wrong one. Okay, there we go. Dang, I don't know. I do think I like Milk better, though. The Gap Moe is a bit too strong with Milk. Fuck, I really like Aid, though. I don't know. I think Milk. I think the Milk. We haven't got a lot of Milk action, I would say. We did see Aid during the Crust event. She pulled up. And she got a new skin for that. Was that the monthly? I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie. But anywho, yeah, I think Milk is the winner for me, unfortunately. As long as we're talking about the units. For the bunny costumes, I don't know. I think Bay, dude. I don't know. I'm such a Bay simp, unfortunately. The only thing is, though, I feel like they should have made the lower outfit a bit different so we can see more timeline action. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. God damn it. For her overload gear, honestly, I'm not really sure if she's gonna want any max ammo rolls, because I don't really think this will really matter. Granted, max ammo rolls are just gonna make it so that she will do more damage. Oh yeah, I forgot she does this when you burst. She does the distributed damage. I thought it was just this. I don't know, dude. Her on the Mast team, if you want to put Mast with this Milk, is gonna go really nice. I'm not gonna lie. I do think we could use some more distributed damage buffers. I wouldn't mind having that. Maybe one of the collab units can be there, the anniversary units. But we will see. Overall, I mean, Milk did pretty good. Considering she's just going to be put into the wishlist pool, I think she might be, if not on par with the Vesti. But Vesti, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really get to use Vesti too much, but I did see their Prid win, and she isn't the best on bossing, surprisingly, but she's really good on every other aspect, so I think she might be on par with, like, Vesti. Not for bossing, I think she's definitely gonna be better than Vesti for bossing, obviously, I mean, but, like, for campaigning, I feel like the distributed damage, you can probably get a lot of value out of that. And, you know, obviously, the bossing for distributed damage isn't going to be too bad, because the boss will get hit by all of them instead of it being spread out, so it shouldn't be the worst. But, yeah, I'm not sure if max ammo would be the goal. Definitely elemental damage, the move. We definitely do need a bit of help when it comes to iron attackers, so making sure you get to have much value as that is not the worst idea. Obviously, attack is pretty good, but honestly, maybe charge speed too, because does she need charge speed? I feel like her charge was pretty good, all things considered. So honestly, if you want, you can probably have a bit of a blend between maybe 1 or 2 charge speeds and then 2 max ammos, and then other than that, just attack and elemental attack would probably be the best. I don't think you have to be too stingy with her, because all of this just makes her good regardless. Now for the cube, though. I mean, I feel like just the blue cubes, I do say this every time, right? But all the other cubes kind of don't compare to the Bastion cube and the other one. What's it called? The Resilience cube? Those two are just like on another level when we're talking about cubes, so those two are probably the ones you could go for. But, I mean, maybe you could try to do some of the pierce damage stuff, but it's really situational and kind of weird, but it is very interesting. But yeah, I think that is it. Probably vote for your overload gear. I don't think it's too stingy. I think she's a pretty well-rounded unit, especially if you got some pierce support. I feel like she'll do relatively well. So, very nice. I'm kind of interested to see how Age does on the full electric team. I have seen some people be like, oh, maybe she can replace Mari on that team. I probably won't do that, though, especially if they're weak to electric. I don't see why you would swap off. I mean, unless, like, they don't have a core or something like that. Granted, I do think this game is trying to make it easier for new players. They are coming out with that, like, weapon tutorial thingy. I think what would be really cool is in the boss information. So when you go into the, like, boss, right, it'll tell you what type they are and the recommended range that they have. So, like, you can use weapons. It's like, oh, the enemies are all close range, so shotguns are recommended, you know, stuff like that. I think they could introduce, like, a new thing where it's like, oh, the core is, like, easily accessible, or there's no core, or it's, like, hidden, or it has to be revealed from breaking parts, something like that. I feel like if they put something like that for bosses, I think it would be pretty cool. But anywho, I was gonna show you guys my Tetra type traver. It's kind of crackhead, but we'll see. Actually, did I even change it from when I was doing a skin showcase? I don't think I did. No, I did. Yeah, I usually do something like this, or like the fucking... Where is she? I usually use, like, Rosanna. So, honestly, yeah, those two are going to be really good for the Tribe Towers. Yeah, they're, like, going to be staples. I don't see any other burst who I would want to use other than Aid for this. Okay, I definitely want to take into consideration, moving forward, the towers for units. So, I'm definitely going to see if I can try to do that. But, anywho... I think that is it. Pretty good showing from Aid and Milk, all things considered. I definitely think the Aid and Madi argument is very interesting, even though I do think they serve some different purposes. But honestly, Aid is really nice to have, especially if you missed out on Madi. Having a peer support is so nice. And obviously me, who has Madi, having two peer supports is even nicer. Anywho, I think that is it, though. Milk was pretty good. All things considered, I don't recommend you to summon unless you really want to go hard for, like, the solo raid. Then obviously the iron units that just came out are definitely going to fulfill a much needed slot for the iron team that we do not have. But other than that, I mean, you can just wishlist her after the event's over. I don't think it's the end of the world. Like, I skipped Yunwa, and then the first single I did after she got put into the wish list, I got her. So, like, you definitely don't want to get griefed. I just feel bad. Imagine somebody out there, like, got as shafted as I got during the, like, Ray banner. I did 18 multis on the first Evangelion wave for Ray, and I didn't even get her. And I was like, I'm just going to pity her before I get shafted. So I just took the L. Oh, man. But imagine you got that on the fucking Yunwa banner, and then here I come. She gets wishlisted, and I got her on one fucking ordinary recruit. That would feel very bad, but... yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna probably just skip and put on the wish list. We do have, you know, a collab coming. We have Anniversary, the winter units, and then the New Year's Pilgrim / Overspec that we get. Also, Rappy Red Hood is going to get a rerun during the New Year. So if you don't have her, if you want to invest more into her, I would recommend to save and be weary about that coming back. Because I mean, I still think that Rappy Red Hood is easily the best unit in the game. I don't know what it's going to take for her to get struck down to the second place or something. I'm very interested to see when that'll happen. Anywho, I think that is it for me. I think I did enough yapping, so let me know what you guys think about Milk and Aid, and which one you prefer more, and which one you summon for, if you even summon her, if you're going to skip like me. But I think that is it for me, so I will catch you guys later.